I guess it was yesterday during the show. Did you know about this, Murray?
No, I didn't know about it until last night. Last night is when I started seeing it in my algorithm. I didn't see it during the day.
It's unfortunate. We would have had on this yesterday. Had we known, we would have been hot off for the presses on this one. But a video circulating of Steph Diggs on a boat in Miami, I would just say, to start, perhaps up to no good. And then we'll give you more details here coming up. And that was Mike Vrabel addressing it. Steph Diggs, who apparently was at the Patriots OTA session last week or the week before, is not there now on the heels of that video coming out over the weekend in Miami. Mazz and Murray alongside from our Town for Tire studios. Who has a thought before I go into more detail?
I'm going to defer to Murray because this is a drug story.
Yeah, well, I mean,
potential drug story.
Yeah, potential. We don't know what it is, guys.
Hey, listen, we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I love when I hear people, we don't know what it is.
We can guess.
Oh, my God. We don't know what it is. Go ahead, Murray.
Now, based on what the internet believes that it is, they think that Stefon Diggs, who is surrounded by a bunch of tuned-up party girls, it seems like, on a boat in Miami. So, I mean, if you're doing the math anyway, party girls in Miami on a boat, I don't think he's pulling out bubblegum, but that's just me. But the internet believes it is pink cocaine, which, believe it or not, because let's defer to Murray because it's a drug story, I didn't know they made pink cocaine until last night. Honest to God. I put it in an email, so I said on my parents' graves. I didn't know they made it pink now. And it's also known as, so I did a deeper dive, and you start looking at this video and then some of the comments. Pink cocaine actually isn't pink cocaine. It's a drug called Tusi, T-U-S-I, which, if you look at it on the DEA.gov site, it's Coke mixed with MDMA. Like, it's two great tastes together at last.
Tastes great, less filling.
Yeah. So a true party drug. Coke to keep you up, the MDMA to, have you get all horned up, whatever. So that's what people believe that this is. He's on the boat with a bunch of goofy party girls looking to have a time. They keep calling him daddy. And then he's saying, what's my name? What's my name? And then the bag appears and he says, what's
I think he said Big Daddy.
Big Daddy?
That's Big Daddy.
And then the most damning thing of all, you might have to put your ear to your phone to really listen because there's loud music in the background again. Miami, party girls, on a boat. You do the math. He says, don't take all of it.
Don't take all of it, he says. I've watched it 14 times.
I wouldn't say that about a bag of Triscuits. I wouldn't say that about bubble gum. Just have as much as you want, guys. When you have hard drugs, and maybe you want some for yourself, and you're looking to party, that's when you usually say to someone, guys, don't take all of it. Or if it's real strong and you don't know what it's mixed with, say, hey, don't take all of it. I wouldn't touch this stuff with a 10-foot pole. If you're doing powdered drugs in 2025, and unless you're in the mountains of Peru, in the Andes, watching it get made in front of you, I think you're nuts, because I think fentanyl's in everything. But, what am I supposed to think? What are we supposed to think this is? Come on.
If you haven't seen the video, folks, listen, I can't. Just what do you think it is? Let's all be adults about the situation.
I thought it was Himalayan salt.
It does kind of look like Himalayan salt.
Yeah, it does.
That's right.
It does.
Very good.
It does. But it's not just that. It's the whole scene. The scene is a little gaggle, 3 bikini-clad gals, sort of gathering around him, and him sort of being like, okay, what do we got? What's my name? And they said, Daddy. What's my name? It's Daddy. And then he flips open this little pocket wallet where they're in the front case. It's all pink. Okay, so it's all pink. Is it pink powder? Is it crystally? Is it, I don't know exactly. My eyes blow.
Yep.
But it's just a pink thing on the open side of that wallet. They're patting him on the chest.
And then he pulls, go ahead.
And then he sort of looks off to the side. He says, Big Daddy. I think that's what he says. Help me out. I think he says Big Daddy. I can't make out the next words. And then he sort of presents it to him and says, don't do all of it, or don't take all of it.
Don't take all of it.
That's clear of all. Now, don't take all of it. And then one of the gals sort of grabs it, and he says something along the lines of, "Now you go off and no." He's like,
enjoy yourself, or something along that effect.
And at some point, he's saying, "Yeah, on the boat, on like either I got this on the boat, like give me credit, I got this on the boat, or we're doing this on the boat or whatever. So we don't know what it is. Yeah, okay.
Just the scene itself.
We don't know what it is, right?
There was a young.
We don't know what it is.
There was a time from younger days, and maybe some of you have lived this before. If you've ever paid with your boys for like a table at a way too expensive nightclub, and someone's got the bag, and then women find out you got that bag, it's the same exact scene. Like bees to honey.
Not saying that's what it is.
Yeah. But they're watching it. I was like, oh,
What does it look like?
I've seen something like this before.
I mean, okay.
But who's to say? Like, who? It could. Maybe
who's
it's.
to say?
Maybe
no.
it's,
Listen, you don't know.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know. But it's not my first rodeo. I'd say that. I mean, know what it looks like. What every I said we've all been there. I don't know if we've all been there, but please.
It's a scene that plays out every weekend at every big nightclub in America.
Okay. Now, what does it mean? In a vacuum, to me, I don't care. I don't care if it's cocaine, pink cocaine, Molly, Tusi, whatever.
Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt. I don't care. It honestly doesn't really bother me in a vacuum, in and of itself. Spotty recreational drug use. Hey, who am I? Who are any of us? So in and of itself, like, I'm okay. I think the bigger picture, though, now I look at the bigger picture and I say Steph Diggs is what, 32?
Something like that. 31
Sounds
maybe.
right, yeah.
31 going on 32, coming off of his torn ACL on his fourth team in 7 years, third team in 3 years.
31. He'll be 32 in November.
Okay, he'll be 32 during the season. Coming off the torn ACL, third team in 3 years. Buffalo, who really needed a guy like that, was really non-pulsed, letting him go. And they were just fine, if not better, without him. Houston, are they 5 deep at receiver? I doubt it. Let him go. And now he's here on what is probably his last contract, his last real kick at the can to be a primetime NFL receiver. Or just taking the last contract he's going to get at the end of the road. And what's his mindset here in his final when I say final offseason, the offseason heading into what could be his final big contract. What's his mindset?
Party.
Questionable.
Yeah, questionable.
So
ahead.
that's what I'm kind of, I'll give you a cleaner take here coming up. But that's what I sort of look at. Like, where's he at? Is he a younger player still having to prove himself? And okay, he can hit it hard and play hard, and we don't have to worry about him because the motivation there is the tank is full with motivation to prove himself, make his career, still be something. Or is he clearly on the back nine? This is his last kick at it. He made his last contract or potentially his last contract, and this is how he's handling the offseason and the rehab? That would be my bigger concern.
Well, that should be your bigger concern. And I'll tell you the first thing that popped into my head when I saw this. Murray, are you under any illusion that this hasn't happened with other athletes or other men?
Oh, please, no. I'm with
course
Mike.
not. Of course not. None of us.
For anyone, spare me any kind of shock and moral outrage. It's 2025. I think everyone's on drugs.
Right. So again, no shock there,
Yeah.
no story there, no real. Why is it on Instagram?
So, if there's one real poor judgment here, it's allowing these goofy party girls to have their phones out recording this. Take those phones and throw them in the ocean. What are you doing?
What are you doing is right.
What are you doing?
Why is this on Instagram? Or I'm assuming that's the platform.
I don't know. It's maybe
Okay.
TikTok. It's everywhere in every social media.
Whatever it is, I look at it and say, you must be stupid.
He looks right at the camera.
Okay, so he's 31. He's partying on a boat with a bunch of women in bikinis. Great. He's with Cardi B, right?
Yeah.
Is he still with her?
Oh.
So, but my point is, any single 31-year-old American man would want to party on a boat with women in a bikini. Who wouldn't? Okay? When you are a wide receiver in the NFL and a public figure, why would that get on social media?
Okay.
And that suggests to me, obviously, a lack of awareness, judgment responsibility, accountability,
Well,
or caring.
Here's the answer that would concern me. Sort of that last thing. He got his money, $12 million to sign. I was just looking it up. $12 million at signing. It's the end of the road anyway. And I'm just going to let it go a little bit. I'm going to let go of my concentration, the rope, however you want to phrase that. He's just going to let it out. And that would concern me, that he's not totally dialed in. He's not totally driven. He's not totally of the mind to come back, because at his age, off of that injury, it's going to take work and focus and all those things. And is he in that place as a professional? And is that video a sign that he's not? Doesn't make him a bad person, but doesn't make him someone that I'd want to, or that I think they can rely on. I know the NFL's definitely going to look at that.
Of course.
I think they're probably going to definitely drug test him. And I don't know what, I would be stunned if he failed a drug test. But like, that scrutiny's coming, because that's what they go off of. And I will say this in the video: he looks completely in command.
Oh yeah,
in control.
Yeah, sure.
Clear-eyed, stone cold sober is what it looks like. He's not like stumbling around and slurring his words like a mess. No, he's daddy. He's like cool and in command, and check it out. It's what so he doesn't look like he's a mess, but that whole scene is going to draw scrutiny, and it just begs the question, where are you at?
Right. Which again, the fact that he is in command of his faculties, for lack of a better, in some ways makes it dumber. So someone is there with a phone right in his face.
Seriously.
Right in his face.
In this day and age, how can you allow that to go?
Right. He's not saying, what are you doing?
My goodness.
Shut that off, or
turn that off, and then the drugs come out.
Right.
Usually how it works.
Right. Like, how is he not doing any of that?
It's like party 101.
Yeah, right.
What are we doing?
Put that phone away, stupid. And instead he looks at it and then gleefully is like, here you go, bitches.
Don't take it all.
Yeah.
Really? Unbelievable. Like, the audacity of it is unbelievable.
So yeah,
Don't take all of it.
Optics of it, timing, not great. Again, like I don't want to be judgy about it. Like, I think everyone, guys do this off season. I'm not dumb. The timing of it, what's your dedication? I'd much prefer you ripping up a photo of Josh Allen saying like, twice this year, coming for you, bitch. Something like that. But instead it's this.
I'm totally not judgy about just him having some party favors on a day off. Like,
teach his own, whatever.
But where are you?
Right. What does it represent?
What are you? So this is the rehab. This is when I say rehab, this is your knee rehab. This is your off season. This is your mindset. This is okay. Is this just a one-off Saturday night, Memorial Day weekend, and you're back in the gym all week long? Or like, I don't know. I think the thing opens up real questions. And I would say right off the shoot, it opens up real questions about his viability on the team. Again, I just went to the contract. They follow the money. He signed 3 years, $63.5 million. They're not going to give him anywhere close to that if they deem him not dialed in, not working hard, not committed to the rehab. If he's partying too much, he's not going to get it. And that $12 million signing bonus. Now, Spotrac doesn't break it down. We know how Patriot guarantees work.
Correct.
It's a $12 million signing bonus, but a lot of times you don't sign the contract and then they hand you a check for $12 million. It's for here, it's for there. We're going to defer that. That's going to be subject to this, and who knows how it's all exactly signed. If the Patriots deem him if they deem him too risky for the money, they're not going to go forward with the contract. And that could be health risk. That could be the way he carries himself, the way he is carrying on in the offseason, whatever, his lifestyle. They're not going to give him anything close to that kind of money.
I mean, not to open up this can of worms. If I were them, I would discipline him in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what's allowable under the terms of the CBA. Fine, game suspension, or whatever. Somehow, some way, I'd find it. That's stupid. I'm sorry. That is sheer stupidity that puts the organization in a bad spot.
Don't take all of it.
Well, you don't know what it is. Yeah. Don't take all of it, girls, he says.
Yeah, we don't know. What could it be?
I mean, seriously, that's just dumb.
It's a bad sign.
It is. It's just dumb.
it's a bad sign for the Steph Diggs era here with the Patriots. And when you look at the positional group behind him, they really need him because it's really not ostensibly much better than it was last year, and it was the worst group in the league last year. And it's all sort of riding on this guy at his age coming back from that injury, and what's he doing?
Guys, it's my Mrs. Dash. I love my seasoning. Don't take all of it.
I don't think Mrs. Dash makes anything pink.
What? How is he treating this offseason, and how's he treating his career at this point in his life? Those are all the questions I'd be asking right about now.